kind of a game recap from UVA. Was happy with the guys, the way they played. They played hard. You go back, you turn on the tape on Sunday, and you watch it, and you're impressed with some of the efforts that's being made out there, and the way that guys are just scratching and clawing, and playing passionate and playing together, and playing football, the way that we want to see it being played right now this time of year. Obviously, this time of year, you got some guys a little banged up, a little bruised up, a little nicked up, but that such is football this time of year when you're in a divisional race. That's what it's going to be. So, we laid out the kind of the message and the expectation for them this week, which was, part of being prepared to win this game is taking care of your bodies and getting in there and getting extra treatment and meal supplements, doing whatever you need to do to make sure you're fresh and ready to go. And we call it roll call around here, but that's just that's another important piece to the puzzle for us moving forward, and then to also really just move forward Sunday on to North Carolina, who, by the way, I know everybody knows is a very explosive team offensively, and the guys know that, and they know we got a great challenge ahead of us with this team, being that we're going out on the road and going into their place, and I think we're up for it. And I told the guys, in this month, in this time, this is right where you want to be. You want to be in position to go play these games. That's why you come to the University of Miami. That's why you embrace these type of challenges. We know what we got ahead of us, but we also know what we need to do to make sure we're in the best position possible to go play as best we can to continue our progress towards our goal. And they're all fired up and had the right approach and right mindset. Had a really tough practice today. It's warm, it was physical, it was competitive, just the way we wanted it, and they responded very well. We got some things that we're going to clean up from today's practice, and it'll be a little bit better Wednesday, and it'll be a little bit better Thursday. And I told them, here's the process. We're gonna win each day, so that we can win the week, so that we can put ourselves in positions to win the game. That's all we got to do. Win the day, win the week, and put ourselves in the best position possible to go and win the game. And that's what our focus is right now.
Questions for Coach Scott. Coach, have you reached out to any former head coaches? I know Dan Campbell was asked. He spoke to Bill Parcells and some others. Anyone that you've reached out to over those three?
I've had I've been fortunate to be around some really good guys in the business. Not of which all are head coaches, but have all been in the business for 30, 40 years. So they've been around it all and seen it all. But I have spoken with my former head coach and the guy I worked for and recruited with, Jim Levitt. Now we've talked. I've talked to Skip Holtz and various assistants and people that I've come across in the business over the years, and just kind of most of it was just positive reinforcement of just advice of just being yourself and being who you are, and basically just their guys are just reaching out to let them know that they're there if you needed their support or needed them in any way, and it's been great. So you're very fortunate and blessed when you've worked with some really good people that can give you some tips and advice and things like that along the way. Yeah. You know what? That you're the spark plug. You're the spark plug. You're the, you come in every morning and you lay out the plan, and they're looking for the guidance. They're looking for the plan to be laid out. They're looking for how we're going to attack this thing, and not only them, but the staff and everybody in the building. So one of the things you learn quickly is when you come in, you got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to go. You got to have a plan. You got to have both feet on the ground. You got to be ready to attack. And that's the approach every morning. We walk in the building. Before you walk in the building, and at night, before you finally do get to put your head down for a quick one, you have your thought process together, and you have your ideas, and you have things ready to go. And you get up in the morning, you get a cup of coffee, and you get after it. And that's the way you approach it every day. Explosive, explosive. You really go back and you watch the film. They do what they do, but they execute they execute their system very well, and therefore we're going to have to be up for the challenge of executing. They don't deviate much from what they do from game to game. You see them. There's a little bit of a difference here and there on a route or something like that. But they are what they are. They're going to play with tempo. They're going to use their up-tempo style. They're going to take shots. They're a big play team. They rely heavily on the big play in their system, and you got to be ready to cover, and you got to be ready to defend the run, which is something they're doing better this year than they have before. Is run the football, which has made them really two-dimensional, especially with the quarterback, who can really sit in the pocket and make all the throws, but he can also use his feet to create offense, whether it's design quarterback runs or whether it's sitting in the pocket and throwing the ball down the field. So they present definitely an explosive challenge for our team. You know, probably very similar in a lot of ways. Very similar in a lot of ways. They both can create plays with their feet and run the football, but they both can make all the throws. So very similar athletically.
One issue that came up against Duke, obviously with their tempo, was late substitutions. You had two illegal substitutions.
Mhm.
Penalties as a result.
Mhm. Mhm.
Dan Hawkins said on the broadcast that there was some confusion
Mhm.
on the defensive line as far as lining up because of it. Do you and Mark reassess that this week in terms of maybe not as many substitutions when they're going to hurry up?
Well, always, yeah. You have to be ready to make those adjustments. Those are some of the things and challenges that are presented to you with tempo teams, and you have to have a plan, and your kids have to feel good about the plan and execute the plan that's in place as well. So, you always have to look at that and evaluate that, and how can you do it better? How can you do it faster? But how can you, most importantly, put your kids in the best position possible to defend it? Is what we're going to always look at.
There's been, even against FAU when they were going up tempo, it took a little bit for the kids
Mhm.
to get into the rhythm of the game. Is there any way even to try to simulate that sometimes in practice and try to get them ready before they face it?
Yeah, you got to do it as best you can with your look teams. You got to do it as best you can by creating that atmosphere in the meeting room of quick answers. Everything has to quicken up. Everything has to be sharper. So you do the best you can to create that, but when it's an offensive, when it's their system and how they operate, you never quite get it to the actual speed that it's going to be in the game. But you put your kids on alert and you train them to the fact that it's going to be fast. We have to be alert. We have to have a system of getting the play call into the kids as quick as possible, as fast as possible, so we can get aligned and so that we can execute the call at an accelerated pace. So yeah, it's hard to reenact on practice. You do the best you can, but really it's the way that the information and the message, the transition of the information and what's going on from coach to player on the field, and then from player to player on the field as well. So it's just quickening up the whole the transition of information on the field is what we really got to stress and harp on. Because once the call is communicated, then everybody can get aligned and get adjusted and make and execute the call.
How frustrating with Trent Harris in the field and how he's adjusted to different spots?
Yeah.
Mark said he played 3 different positions on one drive.
In one possession, it's amazing. You're watching film and you go, huh? He's just the same. Now he's the Mike. Now he's the Rush. It's a testament to him and the way he prepares, the way he works, the way he applies himself in every meeting and every walkthrough and every rep that he gets. He's a coach on the field. He's a coach on the field. He's competitive. He's smart, and he's a leader. He's a leader in a way that you want guys to lead through his play and through the way he prepares and works. So he's everything you want when you're out recruiting and you're trying to build a program. You want kids that are like that. That's what you want. Mm-hmm. Man, look, it's one goal. It's one goal right now, and it's really all about. It's just about them, and they've worked so hard. Those kids have worked so hard to be even in the position that we're in, and we still got to finish it, and we still got work to do. But to just be in this spot right now where we're at, and it's about the moment. Let's all of us. Let's just stay right in the moment. Stay right where we're at. This is Tuesday of North Carolina week. Let's stay here. Let's win this day. And then we'll win Wednesday, and then we'll win so forth and so on. But really, at the end of the day, it's about the kids. We got a job to do right now, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, and do it for the kids, do it for them, and those other things will take care of themselves.
Anything else?
Right, you have, a lot fewer penalties this game.
Hmm.
What did you guys do different and, how's it going now?
Well, really, what we did different is call attention to detail in everything that we do. You know, penalties sometimes is just it just comes from a lack of detail, lack of focus at times, and those are the ones that we felt like we control. So when it's something you're control of, you have to put in the right consequences and things like that to fix it. And that's what we did. You know, we had more referees at practice. We had instant, consequences for fouls. We call attention to details and everything that you do and the way you handle yourself off the field and on the field because it's all details. You know, if I'm not where I'm supposed to be on time when I'm supposed to be there, that's a foul. You know, that's just like having a penalty. So just having them be alert and have a high alertness to doing things the right way in everything you do and all that you do will clean up itself on the field. It's something, it's systematic, right? If I'm always attentive to or paying attention to all of the fine points of what I'm doing, ultimately when I go do something else, I start playing football, I'm attentive to the details there as well. So it's all just a call to, to details and paying attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it. So that was part of it too, just cleaning up, everything on and off the field, and then having, consequences for fouls is really how we attacked, and that's how we're going to continue to attack it.
What is, how was the third group?
Mhm.
How is Stephen doing? Obviously, he's been doing well, and, what do you see from him in the future and in the near future?
I think his future is very bright. He has a very bright future. Again, just continued maturity, continued just growing up, learning how to um, maximize every opportunity that you get with the potential that you have. Um, he's one of those kids. Once he continues to learn that hard work, preparation, film study, and all of those things, when that and talent come together, it makes you a pretty good player. You can be as talented as you want to be, but don't have don't know how to work, don't have a strong work ethic, don't have a strong attention to detail and those type of things. You're still always middle of the ground, middle of the room, somewhere in there in the middle. But when your preparation and your focus and attention to detail and your maturity starts to catch up with your talent, how special can you be? So he's starting to realize that, and he's attacking one or two or three things that's laid out for him each and every week to get better, and he's applying himself and he's doing that, and he's starting to see the results on the field.
He shared a little bit with us that there were some things going on in his life last year that's dealt with. He's playing better football. I mean, we've seen change in his game from last season.
Kind of the same thing, just a focus, a real serious focus to the total development of being the football player that he can be. Extra film study, more time watching film and understanding how to play the game. Learning how to diagnose defenses on the run and just seeing the game the way way he should see it, so that he can play fast. So again, just the preparation, the work ethic, and all of those things finally coming head to head with his talent is where he's really coming to right now. And he still ain't scratched the tip of the iceberg. That kid hasn't. He's extremely talented, and he's learning how to prepare, how to take care of his body, how to work, how to do all of those things. So he's got a chance to be really special as long as he stays with that focus.
Last question.
Larry, just two quick questions. What did you see from Trevor today? He's talking about the late things and warm-ups and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And then Lawrence Cager.
Yeah.
Was in the booth a little bit today.
Yeah, both did very well. Both did very well coming off of the sprains and foot deal that they had. They were very encouraged by the way that they worked. They were both involved in numerous periods during the day. So we're very encouraged by where they're at, and we still got a lot of time to continue to treat them and continue to get them better. But they were both involved in practice and did very well. So we're very encouraged by where both of those guys are.
You said spring football for those guys.
No, Trevor had just he had a bruised foot. He had a big bruise on the top of his foot, and that kind of. But he's doing much better. And with Lawrence, it was just a slight ankle sprain.
But everybody else, the defensive guys looked like they were back without,
Mhm.
practicing fully.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that was.
Guys that were tended to during the game.
Yeah. For this time of year where we're at, and we're in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape of where we are. I'm very encouraged with our health right now, and that was part of the deal, guys. You gotta treat yourselves. You gotta understand that this time of year is vital that you're taking care of your bodies.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.